Hello, welcome, beautiful sacred souls. Welcome to day 2 of Prosperous and on Purpose challenge. Woohoo! It's such a funny word, challenge, right? I used it because that's just what we use in the industry, but it's an experience. It's a sacred place where we get together to tap into our purpose and our prosperity. And even just for a little tiny bit, get present to the fact that we are on purpose and prosperous just by nature of being alive. And what does it actually mean? So, hello, Lori. Hello, Rachel. If you join in live, say hi, just so I know you're here. You can see me, you can hear me. Awesome to have you here. I'm so excited for day 2. I loved seeing the feedback, the emails that I got. Hello, Amy Elizabeth. Aloha there. Oh, I love seeing you here. It was Bella, beautiful to see you. Love it. Yes. I loved getting all the emails and messages in Facebook with all your insights and what is waking up for you as a result of day 1 yesterday. I want to address some things, but before I do, I want you to know that our candle is lit for today. We are in a sacred space. We'll take a moment just to get centered. And I give everybody else just a couple minutes to come in. Hello, Joanne, and hello, Challenger friends. I love it. It's so great. Yes, this is a community. This is a community where we get to come together, co-create together this experience. Without you, I wouldn't be here doing this because it would be just me doing what I normally do all by myself. So we are co-creating it together. And we are on day 2. Whew. All right. So hello, Ray. Oh, love seeing you here. Beautiful. Yes, awesome. My goddesses. Love it, love it. So if you live right now here watching the recording and you can, take a deep breath, close your eyes. Get present to being in this beautiful gift of a body that you are in. And I know I'm preaching to the choir to many of you when I say it's a gift to have this physical body, to be in it. And I know many people are suffering from different things and their body lets them know when it's uncomfortable, but it's a gift. It's a gift to be in this physical awareness right now, in our bodies, right here, right now. So just get present to that. You could not channel your purpose. You could not flow the life force energy the way that you are meant to without your body. So be in a gratitude for that for a moment, wherever you are with your relationship with body, physical presence. And just take a moment and go through whatever process you'd like to open up the sacred space. Yesterday, I led you through dropping your grounding cord. I welcome you to do the same. Opening up to the galactic energy, the life force energy already flowing through you, just becoming aware of that and being that chalice, being the channel, being the beautiful container through which life force energy flows. It already does. You are alive because of it. Allow yourself to be in reverence to that, to be in reverence to how special and precious it is to be alive, especially during these challenging times. My belief is that everybody who is alive right now is playing a crucial and intricate and very special role in the transformation that we are going on through on the planet, in humanity. Without every single one of us being alive right now, we would not have the experience we are having. Every single one of us is contributing some level of frequency that is making this a beautiful experience. And some are aware of it, some are not. And those of us who are, we are privileged to share it in an intentional way, which is what we'll be talking about today. Take one more deep breath. And when you're ready, open your eyes. Let me just welcome all the other goddesses who are here. Ivana, beautiful. Stephanie, Carmel, yes. Paula, beautiful to see you. Yes. Oh, I love seeing all of you here. So great. Facebook doesn't still tell me how many people are live with me, so I so appreciate you just saying hi because then I can have a sense that I'm not here by myself. And energetically, I sense all of you. I invited us yesterday, and I do the same today. Be present to the intention we get to set. Lauren, yay! I love when my clients show up. It's just such an honor. It's just such a beautiful honor. So thank you all for being here. There are several of you here in this chat, so I love it. Be intentional about having the experience of being together, even though we are in front of our screens. We can set intention that we are energetically collective right now, being in one space. Intention is a very, very powerful thing. And just by that alone, we can sense each other, our sisters and brothers. I know it's mostly women here, but we do have some men who have opted into this challenge, and I honor you for being here. So, our sisters and brothers, we can sense each other's presence in a circle right now, all together. This is how we manifest, knowing that whether something is far or close, it's already in our presence, and we just get to be aware of it, and it shows up. So just for a moment, imagine all these beautiful beings. Ricky Silzer, you guys, she's my amazing graphic designer who's creating my amazing banners, and she created the banner for this challenge that you can see above in this group as well. Such a beautiful work. I love it so much. Somebody who's really on purpose with her work. So get present to all of us being here together. There are several hundred of people who are opening the emails, being present, whether live or in the recording. So know that you are part of a beautiful collective. You're not doing it alone, which is something we'll be talking about on day 5. So let me reflect just for a moment on yesterday. Yesterday, on day 1 of the challenge, we talked about purpose, and we got present to, maybe even accepted, believed just a little bit, that purpose isn't something we are here to do. That truth gave me so much freedom. Purpose isn't something we are here to do. Hello, Nikki. Oh, shucks. Why, Ricky? Oh, because I called you out. I love it. Credit where credit's due. I'm going to pay attention to the messenger for a while, and then when I go into space, I'll stop. But for now, I'll keep leaving you messages. It helps me know who's here and feel your energy so I can channel exactly what we need. So learning that purpose isn't something we are here to do, it's who we are here to be, freed me up from this constant search for this perfect thing to do. And in a world of doing, there are still only so many ways we could do something, right? But when we infuse it with being, it becomes limitless. Our expression of our purpose becomes limitless. So if you didn't join us for day 1, first of all, there is a video you can still watch in the thread. In the email that will come out at 4 p.m. Mountain Time, so 4 hours from now, there'll be a link to replay of this video, your assignment for day 2, and there'll be a link to the video and assignment for day 1, so you can catch up. Gizem, am I saying it right? Gizem, I hope I'm saying it right. If I'm not, please correct me. Welcome, so great to have you. Joyce, yes, you made it. Awesome. Yes. So having that awareness that purpose isn't doing, but it's being, and then our being informs our doing, it is such a freeing way to start to be on purpose where you are right now. Because no matter where you are engaged in, whether you are working, whether you have a business and it's not necessarily something you feel is what you're here to do, you can start being a very certain way in where you are right now, which then makes you aware of opportunities that are around you that are ready for you to step into, that you cannot see if you are not vibrating in your purpose energy. In my work, I use tools. So yesterday I guided you through a couple questions that help you start seeing the clues to what your way of being that you came here to embody is. And you can absolutely start getting clear on that way of being just by remembering those moments, by looking at somebody you admire, like the historical figure that I invited you to look at. Those people already emanate certain characteristics that you like because it's already part of you. And there are memories, there are moments, instances in your life when you also were aware that a certain way of being is something that's really true to you. In my work with my clients, I use scientific hand analysis. Many of you know it because that tool gave me the freedom to fine tuning what is that way of being that's uniquely mine. And I love that we all subscribe, I know you do too, that joy is what creates what you want. Yes, it totally does. And not for everybody. In the work, in a scope that I work, yes, there are universal way of being, which is joy, love, abundance, right? Yet within that, there are these unique patterns that we have here within us that were coded for us before our birth that we are meant to embody. And those characteristics, those ways of being will go way beyond and deeper than joy, right? So I use scientific hand analysis in my work. There are many ways to get to that remembrance. That's just one of the ways. So we started yesterday with you. What is it that you came here to bring in as a way of being into this world that nobody else but you can? That right now is the time for us to really remember, because this whole transformation we are going through on the planet Earth is because we have been living against certain ways that are true to humanity, to oneness, and what was really meant for our experience, right? Vivian, hello. Oh, the purple nails. I'm getting so many compliments on my purple nails. I think I'm gonna get the same color because I love this color. Yes, it's great color. It's a royal color. So right now where we are in the world, we are being called to step into our truth. And I am not going to negate all the ways that we have been for generations. They have happened so we could be where we are. I don't know why. Some people claim to know. All I know is that where we are right now, we are awakening to the source. We are awakening to the fact that our conditions in our life are not set in stone, that we can actually choose and create our reality. First, we choose by being who we are. Then we choose by having a certain response to things that we have already created, and then learning how to create it differently so we can have a different experience of what's around us. And what we'll be talking about today is the people around us, right? Charlotte, beautiful to have you. Seeger in Tennessee. I don't know where Seeger is. One of my friends I spoke to yesterday is in Franklin, Tennessee. I was there several times, but Seeger, I don't know. If you guys want to post where you're from, I know we have people from all over the world here, which is really very exciting as well. So today we're talking about people. And you know, it's funny because when I start talking to people who are waking up or have been awakened for a while to a degree, have been doing this work, so many of us want to run and hide, want to go into the woods, which is, by the way, where I'm going right after this live transmission. We want to go into the woods. We want to live by ourselves, live and swim in this beautiful energy that we have awakened to, and just be free to be who we are without anybody around us. Maybe bring our dog or a cat or a puppy or whatever it is that is the pet of choice to give you a little company. But I know that most of us who are sensitive beings, we would rather be alone than have to deal with other people, right? I know I'm preaching to the choir. Yet, the truth that I want to share with you today, if you are willing to open up, too, is something that I have learned along the way and still constantly keep learning. We cannot fulfill our purpose by ourselves. We cannot fulfill our purpose without other people. We just cannot. And this is how I want to share this with you. Ray, Hollister, California. Yeah, California. I fires. Like as soon as I hear California, I hear fires. I know not the whole California is on fire, but I know fire. So sending peaceful rain to California. Everything that comes in, I'm going to stop paying attention to the chat now. It's so hard because I just want to connect with you, girl. But I want to stay in the energy. And Kathleen, yes, you made it. Beautiful, awesome. All right, I'm gonna stop paying attention to the chat. I'm going to focus on the screen because I want to make sure that this next piece is really clean and clear for you to get into. So take a deep breath, settle in, and hear what I'm sharing. Keep posting. I will come back to your notes and read them out. And if you have any questions, I will answer. So We cannot fulfill our purpose without other people. So yesterday you became aware, to whatever degree you did, that doing is not the purpose, being is a purpose, a way of being, a certain set of characteristics you came here to embody that's uniquely yours, your unique frequency that you came here to bring and deliver to planet Earth right now. And what I said yesterday also is that 5D, right, the fifth dimension, if you are into that at all, we are stepping into creating fifth dimension on planet Earth. It's actually already here. It's for us here to claim. It's not happening somewhere out in another space, in another dimension. If you do astral travel, it's happening here right now on Earth. And we are here in these physical bodies right now on planet Earth, so we can bring in certain frequencies. Those of us who are aware and awake and willing to do the work, we are here to bring in certain frequencies that are unique to us, collaborate together, and bring in other people if they are willing to the same experience. The experience of unity, love, abundance for all. For me, it's opportunity to live prosperously and on purpose if you choose to. That's what it means to me. And in harmony together, which is the piece that I will be talking about today. If you were meant to be in some other form, you would have been floating on a different planet, on a different dimension, in a different experience, different galaxy, as a star, as I don't know if you're. I love work of Dolores Cannon, and she channels people's experiences from different expressions, different incarnations. You could be a star, you could be a breeze, anything on different planets. You are here right now. Your awareness is here on planet Earth right now at this time because you were called and you raised your hand and you volunteered and you said, yes, I'll do this crazy human experience on planet Earth in 2020, and I will awaken and I will raise my hand and do my work. And I will call others to do it with me. We are not meant to be off into the woods doing our life alone. Yes, there is a time to honor our space, being alone, tuning in. I love that space for myself. It's my creative time. It's my time to connect with nature. I loved I have a whole weekend. My partner was out venturing in the mountains and I chose to stay home so I could have a whole weekend by myself to tune into the space and the frequency of this challenge. And having that space was such a delicious, delicious, beautiful gift. But we are not meant to do it alone. Your purpose is yours, but it is not for you. To whatever degree, I want you to start tuning into that. Your purpose is yours. You are the one who had, again, raised your soul hand and said, I will have this certain experience of a human, this lifetime, this time and space, right now on planet Earth, bringing in certain frequency, certain energetic frequency, and I will collaborate and harmonize with certain other beings. And yes, to a certain degree, I claim there are certain beings that are outside of physical realm we get to collaborate with. But right now, let's focus on other physical beings. There are billions of us on planet Earth for a reason, because every single one of us has our own way of bringing in our own frequency and contributing it in a particular way on planet Earth right now in harmony to create a certain experience for all. And if any single one of us doesn't do that, doesn't step into that frequency, doesn't contribute in a certain way and collaborate, especially if we are awake and aware, there is something missing in the experience of humanity. That is my belief, which is why I am such a strong believer in this second pillar. So just so you know, there are 3 pillars to sacred success. Yesterday was 1, purpose. Today is 2, people, and then on day 4 we'll get to the third one, which is prosperity. 3 pillars of sacred success. Purpose, that's you. People, and people are the channel. Hello. Purpose, people, and prosperity. Okay, so today we are on a pillar 2, which is people. Everything that comes to you this lifetime is through other people. Everything that comes to you is through other people. If you are into love attraction, manifesting, creating something out of nothing, creating your reality gets to be created by attracting, calling in, and collaborating with certain people that you have made what I call divine appointments with. I actually have a whole module in my program that's called Divine Appointments, and it is becoming aware of the people you came here to collaborate with. And that means people that you came here to literally work hand in hand with, right? Partnerships, collaborations, but also the clients you came here to serve. And sometimes it's just somebody exists in your space to connect you with somebody else. Sometimes they stay here for longer to really create something with you. And sometimes they are clients who are here to clients, patients, whatever, right? In whatever worm you work with, customers, whatever it is that you contribute, you'll have your own way of calling your divine appointments. And at the soul level, we have made agreements that will come together right now at this point and will call each other in and co-create together. You, if you are a service provider, a coach, a healer, an artist, you have made an appointment, a divine appointment, and so did the person, your client, your patient, your customer. Your divine appointment has made an agreement with you that they'll come together, you'll come together at whatever level of your creation you are at whatever level of your creation are. Does it even make sense? At whatever level you are, right? Because we constantly expand. And as we expand, people that we call in are in different places. Wherever you are right now, you're calling in people that have made an agreement that they'll come in at this time and collaborate with you. They will benefit from whatever it is you are contributing. And yes, they could go somewhere else and benefit from somebody else's work, but get this. What if you have this sacred appointment, this divine appointment, that at this point, if you and this other person don't come together, which means if you don't put your collaboration, your work, your contribution, not collaboration, your contribution out into the world, if you don't make yourself visible with your frequency, if you don't say, hey, I'm here, come, here I am to serve, show up, my divine appointment, call them in a certain way, which I also teach. And yes, it includes marketing, but that's only just a small portion of that. A lot of it is energetic. What if you don't do that? What if you hold yourself back? What if you give into fear, doubt? What if you give into shame? All these ideas and conversations that are stopping us consciously and unconsciously. Many of us have those conversations consciously. We know they're happening, and we still let them stop us, even though we know better. Right? What if we let those conversations stop us right now, and then this divine appointment doesn't happen, and these people who are supposed to come here and collaborate with us right now, their journey takes on a different path, not a wrong one. There is no right or wrong, but the flow of their experience changes, and then it changes things. No wrong or right. But what if you did come together, whatever it is that was meant to come through both of you in the collaboration, again, client and coach and client, it could happen in that collaboration too. My clients are my collaborators. They teach me as much as I teach them. And every time I call in my clients, they raise my level up. I constantly keep raising the level to which I contribute because of the people who I am calling in. Every single time I want to call in certain caliber of people, I have to rise up. So there is this collaboration, right? And what if I choose not to show up, shrink, right? Not share my gifts. And then the souls, the beings that I have called in, all of a sudden, bam, what just happened? There was an invitation, now it's closed. Or there is this black hole and now they go somewhere else. And in my opinion, they get misserved, right? If they made an appointment with me, this divine appointment that I'm here to serve them right now, and I am not available, that I am not serving what it is that at this juncture of the path we were going to create together. So let's take a deep breath and be present to the fact that what if, in my world it's a fact, for you maybe it's a new thought. What if your purpose is yours? You are the one who's responsible for stepping and claiming the frequency. It's always flowing. It's just a matter of you claiming it and being it. But what if your only job is to really claim that frequency and then keep evolving with it as it guides you and calling in the collaborations which then inform you what it is that you are here to do. So there are two ways of looking in a business perspective. I know many of you are business owners. There are two perspectives of looking at creating a business. One is you create from what the market wants from you, which is great. And another is you create what you are called to create and let the market come and show up for you. Well, what if there is a beautiful way where both come together? There is a certain way you came here to be, step number one, your purpose. And then there are people that you have made appointments with, divine appointments, to serve. And yes, when you start embracing your frequency, when you start claiming it, you will be led through the steps in which to contribute that frequency. In my work is actually, it means bringing in what you have experienced in a past lifetime. Not past lives, just in your life this time, up until the moment when you became aware of your purpose, that it's a being. You get to bring in all the tools that you have learned, package it up together, infuse it and express it with your frequency, and now call in the ones who are here to be served by you. And when they show up, they get to inform you of what it is. What does it look like? Your service. So it's still what it is that brings you joy, that you want to do, that's yours to do, that yours to be. But how do you now serve the ones that showed up in a way that they require it? So it's a beautiful marriage of both theories, right? So I'm going to take a break here just for a moment. I'm going to look at my notes because remember, I channel, but I have these beautiful notes that I take when I tune into what wants to come through. I'm going to take a look at my notes. Feel free to ask me any questions or anything that you are seeing as an aha in the notes. I'll take a peek just in a moment. Okay, what wants to be spoken to next is this whole idea that everything that you want, that you desire, comes through other people. What if that's true? You know how sometimes, and I'll share you my experience with you. I was so ignorant to that part that when I started to learn how to manifest, I still talk about this. I started to ask for a pot of gold to literally show up in my closet. I'm like, well, if I can create anything anytime I want, I just have to tune into it, believe that it's there. I open the closet and there it is. And God, and if you heard me yesterday, I use word God. It means the same thing to me as a life force, universe, whatever you believe. It's not the religious God that I was imprinted with by a religion that I grew up with. To me, God is the life force. It's the source. It's the energy that's all in us, right? It's the unity, the oneness. I just use word God. It no longer carries the charge of the religious upbringing for me. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but it no longer carries that annotation for me. So what if, right, there is this life force that creates anything that I want. I tune into it, I place a request, and bam, it shows up in the closet. Why not? It should work like that, right? The movie Secret. And then I became aware through many different lessons that I was given, the truth that everything I want comes through people. And when I learned it, when I really got in my bones, I cried. Because what was happening for me wanting to create what I want outside of being of service to other people was a complete selfish way of being. Here I am, given a purpose. There's something that is so unique that nobody else but I can bring. I'm given this as a frequency. I took on a responsibility to allow it through me, but then I don't want to share it. I don't want to give it. I just want what I want to show up magically without me having to do anything about it. I completely missed the whole point of why we even have a purpose, why we even have this assignment that is our frequency, this lifetime. We have this assignment because we are here to collaborate with others who have a certain matching request. Everything desire that is born within you to be a certain way, to provide something to the world, is automatically born with a recipient of it. Every single desire within you is already met with its fulfillment automatically. It cannot exist in a world one without the other. One cannot exist without the other. It's one of the universal laws. So as soon as I claim a desire that I want to be of service to people, but then I want to magically manifest the pot of gold in my closet without having to deal with people, automatically I violated the most beautiful reason why I even exist. which is to contribute my frequency to humanity. And that is the same truth for you. And when I started to learn that, it allowed me to move past my fear, my doubt, my questioning, my shame, all the secrets I was hoping to keep away. And it's not like I have big secrets, right? But we all have secrets that we wish other people didn't know about us, so we keep hidden. So we hide, so we pretend, so we put masks on. I'm sure you're familiar with that, right? A secret about something that's not good about me. A secret about something that maybe I did that I'm ashamed of. A secret about some way that I am being that is not okay in my book, in the world, right? Day number one. Some way that wasn't okay to be, that I decided wasn't okay to be, right? That now I want to keep it small and hidden. Meanwhile, it's part of my purpose, part of what I came here to bring in. And when I am that energy, people who I've made divine appointments show up and they want what I am creating. They are receiving it because they require it for fulfillment of their purpose. And the same thing works for everybody else. Same thing works for you. There are people who are waiting for you to bring in this certain frequency through your contribution. They are waiting. And they are the ones who will bring to you everything you want. So let's say you want to get paid for your work, but you're wishing to manifest a pot of gold, right? Or you're wishing to manifest some settlement, or you're wishing to manifest a lottery. Great, nothing wrong with that. Yet you are missing, when we are in that place, we are missing the most precious, the most beautiful gift, which is to be of service to humanity. And we all want to change the world, right? We all want to change the world. All of us. I know it. You want to be the change maker. You know it. It's inside of you. You want to make a difference. I just spoke to a beautiful woman who is just lit up. She had an experience of awakening 6 months ago, and she claims it in her words, and I'm just saying it. I am in a fast lane, right? Her words. I am in a fast lane. And I know exactly what it means. She all of a sudden was put on a speed train to awaken to what she's here for. And she's aware and she's like, I just want to be bigger and bigger and bigger and share this bigness with people. That is being of contribution. Now, on day 4, we'll be talking about you actually want to keep the circular flow of energy by receiving money. But for today, all I'm going to say about that is that everything that you want and desire comes to you through other people. So if you take other people out of the equation because it's inconvenient to deal with people, right? Because they are however they are, or it's a pain in the neck to market yourself, or which marketing, by the way, marketing is all of it to me is just letting your frequency flow through you as you share in whatever way you do who you are, so people can find you, the divine appointments who already are looking for you so they can find you. That's what marketing is to me. It takes on fancy images, right? Beautiful images, fancy words, and there is an art to all of that. But really, what matters most in my world is that you are in your frequency connected to the fact that you are here to be of service to humanity, aligned with your purpose, and there are people who are waiting for you to receive your unique brand, right? And I'm not talking about branding. I'm talking about your unique brand of the life force energies flowing through you, with your unique set of experiences, with your unique set of challenges and things you've overcome. But all of that is a part of what you have signed up for, so you can be of service in a certain way to certain people. So, without other people, money can't come to you. Money comes to you through other people, which is something we'll be talking more about on day 4. People come into your world as collaborations. And if you are shut down or not allowing out of fear, guilt, shame, whatever story is going on in your subconscious, something we'll be talking about tomorrow. What if it's part of your life lesson, right? That's the magic ingredient that I'll be talking about, that I am literally so lit up about. I almost switched the order, but I don't want to, because this is the order in which things work, right? We become aware of our purpose as a being. Today, we are connecting to everything that comes to us comes through other people. Tomorrow, we'll be putting in the ingredient of that magical piece that I see my clients every single day implement, and that piece removes whatever is in a way, the next layer that's in a way of them having what it is they are here to create and reaping benefits of it, right? So everything that you want and desire comes to you through other people. Even if Your client quits, potential client said no, your job goes away, your project goes away. Whatever that was, it was the through part of the equation. It wasn't the source, it was the through part of the equation. So get this, and I'll be talking more about on day 4 when I talk about the prosperity part and the money spell, right? Breaking the money spell. Everything comes to you through other people, which means you can disconnect from the obsession or attachment or desperation of this has to work. This client has to sign up, this has to work, this job has to come through, this contract has to come through, this settlement has to come through. I spoke with a beautiful woman yesterday who is in a challenging position and she's waiting for a settlement to come through and she's so attached to it coming through. And the truth is that if it's there for you, it's going to come through that way or another. That way or another. Because everything you want comes through other people, but not one particular person or not one particular situation. Yet it does require us being in community, being in certain circles, being in collaboration, open to be seen and receive. Open to be seen and receive. Something that came into me when I was walking this morning and I was tuning into what is it that I really want to drive through today that will really make a difference for the step you are in right now. Now, we're not deeply engaged in the intricacies of the work that I do, which is what I do with my clients. We are here together for 5 days. How can I be of service the most to you right now? So whether you choose to work with me after this or not, you walk away with something that'll make a difference and will put you more on a track of you being prosperous and on purpose right now because you need it. So as I was walking and contemplating and allowing the information to come through, I was really present to the communities we are in already that I know so many of us either are wanting to withdraw from, right? Want to deny we are a part of, or we completely already separated ourselves from. And what if just for a moment we took this on as something that's a possibility, that everything that we want and desire and require comes through other people. Money, opportunities. I don't even ask for money anymore, by the way. That's something that's like a tidbit that wants to come in and I'm going to share it. I don't even ask for money. I ask for opportunities to be of service. I ask for opportunities to be of service because I know that the level at which I operate, I no longer do it for free. Money flows to me because I value what I do, right? So a tidbit I'll be sharing more about on day 4 when we break the money spell. So what I was present to when I was walking this morning is, what if we started looking at the communities we are in right now and start asking ourselves a question: how am I here in this community that somehow I found myself in? Somehow I maybe said yes to it, subconsciously, consciously, I created this community, right? At the level to which we create everything around us, I created me being part of this community. Why am I here? What is my role in here? What is my role in here? And this is not to a degree to which we become a martyr and try to like convince people of something, or try to what's the word that some of us use, that I've heard many often, awaken people, right? Like, we want people to know this, like, this is the truth of life. Why can't you get this? What if they are not ready for that level of what it is that you're already drinking, right? The Kool-Aid you're already drinking. So if that's not the case, what is the role that you are playing in your community that you're in right now? So many of us want to leave the toxic places and go do our work somewhere else. Yes, that's beautiful. You get to do it. But unless you ask, why am I here right now? Why was I called to be here in this place? Why am I surrounded by these people? What is it that I am here to contribute right this moment that could make a tremendous difference, and then I get to go? And then I get to choose another community. Or maybe not, because you transform who you are within this community so much that the community transforms itself. And that comes to you being a certain way in a world that then you come in and be contribution of in the communities you are in right now. I truly believe, and I really tried not to believe it. I tried to, with all my mighty heart and soul, believe that it was a mistake that I was in certain groups of people. But now, as I'm teaching this, it goes deeper and deeper into my being. It's never a mistake. There is a reason why we have attracted certain people. And some of those people, yes, they will get to go out of our lives because they are completely misaligned and we've chosen them for reasons that are no longer aligned with who we are being, right? But what if right before we left them, we did one more shift into this beautiful frequency of being that created something that wasn't there before, and now we get to be free and freely with love move on to another expression of ourselves in a different community, call in divine appointments from a very different place than I don't want to be here, I want something else. Choose this first, choose this group of people, choose the community first, and then when you choose it and be in your frequency, something will come through these people that cannot come right now because it's not available to who you are being. Because you are being in the energy of, I don't belong, I don't want to be here, this is not who I want to be, I don't want this family, I don't want these friends, I don't want these coworkers, right? I don't want these clients, right? Let me know what of what I'm sharing resonates with you. I'm going to be looking for messages from you right now as I take a little sip of my lemon water. Share in the comments what's resonating, what's opening up, what's becoming available for you as I share this second step of you being prosperous and on purpose. I have given you several very specific things here in this transmission. The biggest one that I want you to walk away with is that your purpose is not for you. It is yours, but it is for you to bring in and contribute to the world in a particular way that nobody else can but you. And you have agreements with other beings, divine appointments, that you are here to fulfill. Whenever both of you already come together, you co-create. And when you become aware of it, all of a sudden, beautiful things start happening. People start offering you opportunities that have never happened before. Yeah, Ray, this is resonating. Moving on from relationships not serving me. In a work sense, yeah, the shift in perspective to manifest come through other people is huge, changes my whole thought process. Yeah, Lauren, totally. I mean, I'm going to call you out. That's sort of like what happened for you. Opportunities that you were creating were just an intention of what you were here to create. But then what really happened was the mama gem came through, pun intended for you, came through somebody else. It was already there, but you were invisible. You were invisible to it. They were not visible to you. But once you became available to it, all of a sudden, bam, and the opportunity was there always, right? So being aware, let's see, the ideal, I might have to stay a little longer to serve others that need me, job and friendships. Yeah, so, and this is not from a place of, again, being a martyr, like, oh, what can I do for them? They need me. I'm going to make it better for them. You got to shift that stuff as well. But when you are in your frequency, when you are being, and in hand analysis, I use it's a law of polarity. There is the shadow and there is the mastery. And in hand analysis, it's actually really obvious, right? It's the part of us that we want to hide, the shadow part. And some people, I just had a beautiful conversations, can become addicted to the shadow and never allow themselves to be in a mastery. So it could work both ways. But where we really all want to be is in a mastery, right? In a mastery, but not disowning our shadow. So in hand analysis is like, am I being in a shadow and connected to the shadow and doing it out of obligation, doing it out of, oh, I have to do something for these people, and being a martyr, being in servitude instead of service? Or am I being here as the one who is finally owning my frequency, like the energy that I'm here to flow with full compassion, right? Love and compassion, and seeing what shifts around the current space I am in, what shifts around the space that I am in already, knowing that everything comes to me through other people. What if that next opportunity you have been hoping and praying for comes from a conversation with your coworker, like if you're looking to leave a job, that could have never said it to you when you were a bitch, right? When you were being judgmental, whether you are showing up that way. I'm being jokey about it. But so often when we are in places we don't want to be, around people we don't want to be, we are nasty. We are judgmental, we're resentful, we are nasty. Even if we try to smile, on the background of that is, I don't want to be here. Get out of my way. I don't want to be here, resenting it, right? But what if we shift into this beautiful way of being, right? This frequency that we came here to be, our purpose, and then try to see and just ask, if I am in this frequency, in this community right now, what is it that I'm here to contribute in this moment? Just enough before I leave so I can change and leave the place better. Not trying to change people, not trying to help them see something, but just you being in your frequency, contributing just by being in the frequency of your purpose, your unique way of being. And then literally miracles show up. Like I said, all of a sudden a coworker says to you, hey, my sister has this company and they're looking for this kind of a contract person who can do this. And all of a sudden you sing to angels and thank you guides, because this is what you've been wanting to do. You just didn't know how to get there. And now this opportunity showed up, right? And it happens like that because everything you want comes to you through other people. If you are not wanting to charge for your services, we're going to be getting rid of that in module 4. Again, I talked to a beautiful being just earlier today who said, oh, I heard that we should do our work for free first and then start charging. Baloney. Baloney. Yes, there is a way to be of service, like me creating this experience right now. I am being of service to you without any charge for you being here, right? This is my way of being of service to you so you can get to know me. So if we are the right match, I will be giving you an opportunity to say yes to work with me, right? And you can say yes or no, and it's up to you. But you are already benefiting from this. But this does not mean that I do not charge for you working with me, right? So because everything I want and desire, which is money, so I can create, and this is a whole other conversation we'll be talking about on day 4, right? Really standing in a value of who you are and a value of the frequency you are bringing in. The value of the frequency that you are bringing in. You should never do anything for free. Like literally when people ask you, can you do this for free for me? No, right? That's just my stand. So money comes to you through other people, right? Even if you have a job. Like I had this pondering thought for a while. How can I explain this? And I work with entrepreneurs or people who are really like right there, have something they want to create a business out of. However, how do I talk to this? How do I translate this truth for people who want jobs, right? Well, there is a company that pays you, and you may think that you don't have to deal with people who are actually, this money is coming through because there is an entity that pays you, which leaves out the whole conversation of I'm not worthy, because you're just getting money through a place, a company, right? There are people who are paying for the services of this company through whom money comes to this company, and then you get paid. So your money that you get paid is if you are an employee, and I don't know how many of you are employees currently, but if you are currently getting a paycheck, there are people in the other side of that equation who have given their money for service or products of the company that pays you. So you are actually getting paid through other people. There is just a middle factor in between, like the company that pays you, right? Get that. Get that. Because whatever hang-ups you have, I am all about all of us acting like entrepreneurs, acting like we are in charge of our purpose and prosperity. Whether you have a job or a business, you can be in charge of your purpose and prosperity by getting just a tiny little bit of a truth right there. Money comes to you through other people, always from the source, through other people. And even if the through part changes, the through part, which means this client said no, potential client said no, this gig didn't work out, this contract ended, there is some other source, there is some other channel through which money can come to you from the source when you are being in the truth of your purpose, being of service, contributing, genuinely contributing and standing in the value of what it is you contribute and who you be. Right? All right, whoosh. All right, let me read the notes. Let me go back as far as I can and honor those of you who messaged in that order. Rachel, got it. Carmel or Carmel? I want to say Carmel, but I feel like it's Carmel. And I think I said it yesterday, right? But now I'm questioning myself. I hear you. I have left family of origin and religious issues. Yeah. Um, and it's really just, for me, it was understanding where it came from and healing my stories about what I made it mean. It all resonates with me, especially the part about who you need to be and who you need to be with for your contribution to be brought to the right people. Yeah, totally. This resonates. Fulfilling my project work will be free me to do other things. I'm not running away from it. Totally, Ivana, right on. I love that you're seeing that. Joyce, I'm going to want to review this presentation. Yeah, Joyce, listen to this. I've dropped quite a few bombs here that, like, literally I teach at the mastery level to my clients in depth so they really get it, but I gave it to you already, so you can definitely tune in and see and hear the truth in it. The one that really resonated with me is, I am here to be of service to humanity. Oh yes, Paula, you are, my dear. You absolutely are. Not even a question. Not even a question. Yeah. None of us are here to be islands, to be stuck in our, I'm saying this with compassion. I really am, because I still get stuck in my own conversation of like, um, healing my stuff, working through my stuff, doing this, doing that, doing it right, right? My own doubt, like I still get stuck in these conversations. However, less and less and less of a time and energy every single time is committed to that conversation, because right now I am truly I am connected to, I am here to be of service to humanity, and the more I can be of service to humanity, the more I can have everything I want and need and desire, because everything I want and need, desire and require comes to me through other people. And it doesn't have to be directly the person that I am being of service to. It can come from somewhere else, right? That's a whole other layer right there. But the more we get that, and this is again a little bit of a nuance, not to be in servitude, because it's very, very easy for us awake, beautiful souls to give everything without valuing what it is that we are giving, and making sure that we stand in a value, raising the vibration of what it is that we contribute, so others can raise their vibration to receive. It's a whole other conversation. You were describing what was happening with a client right now as we speak, and I can now approach my client's story about lack of money to continue, and not toward a concern about my own value. Totally, Joanne. Yes, yes, yes. I love that. I want to move on so that the pattern doesn't repeat itself. They are confused why I'm cutting ties. Um, yeah, there's something more there, Ray. There's something more there. And sometimes we do get to cut ties. Sometimes we do. Sometimes it really is not of service for us to be in certain relationships, because where we have created them from was a different place of being, right? We needed something. We were acting maybe from a place of a shadow. We attracted certain people at that level, and it no longer is an alignment of a relationship, whatever that looks like. And we get to sever the ties, right? But when we sever the ties, it comes from a beautiful place, from a place of compassion and love, and not from judgment and resentment. That's the difference there, right? When I made decision to move away from my job and move toward my authentic self, my employer's announcement, I think your message got cut off, Carmel. Opportunities come through other people, yet when I think about that, is how it has always been. Absolutely. Yes, yes, always. I truly know how my ideal client is now. I have the recent work experience that fully revealed this. It was a total struggle. My self-care left the premises. This is how I used to work before I found myself again. Yeah, totally beautiful. Nikki, it helps me to remember to start from right here, right now. Yes, right here, right now. We don't get to, I love this, Nikki. We don't get to wait for some other experience to give us the opportunity to express who we are. We get to be. I'm going to share with you, and I know we're coming to a close of this transmission, but I want to share this with you really quickly. Many years ago, well, not that many, it was like 7 years ago, I was in real estate at the time, and I actually shared this in the latest video, on the latest Sacred Success Salon Upton video. I shared this. I was living in a split world, where I was in real estate, in title, in Manhattan, this very buttoned down, stern way of being in the situation. And it was a closing, and we were all shuffling papers, signing, da, 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 da. No, nothing much was said other than sign this, when is this money coming? Yeah, yeah, right? Very stern. Yet there was this woman sitting across the table from me who was buying the house. And when the transaction was over, she walked up to me and she handed the key. She held the key in her hands. She asked me to bless it with her. And my whole being broke down because I knew in that moment that I couldn't hide anymore who I truly was. There was no indication in a physical expression of who I was that I was connected to the source, to God, that I was doing this work, that if she came up to me and asked me to bless the keys with her, that it would actually, I would know what she means. She could have walked up to anybody and not have gotten the same response. But I knew in that moment that in my way of being, I could no longer hide, which is when I decided I could no longer do that work. And believe me, there are many days when I ask myself, what would happen if I knew this piece that I know right now? If I was given this truth, I stayed where I was and I could bring this consciousness into the work I was doing because I could. And I did in that moment, but soon after I left. So that was my experience of knowing that who I was now seen, where I am, and now I get to leave, right? So that is, you get to start where you are. You get to start where you are. You don't have to wait for another expression, which is, I am so passionate about us not waiting for circumstances to change, but use the circumstances we have created to show us what's working, what's not working, where do we get to be more of who we are right now, so we can leave, if it's no longer working, the situation we have created, but leave it with peace. Leave it better than we have found it. Be in the energy of expansion in that place. I love the understanding that everything we want comes through other people, co-creating together, contributing just by being in my purpose. Amazing, Libby. Yes, I love you. You need to receive your worth, but if you want to do something for free, it's probably your joy and divine purpose. Yeah, you get to do it for free if you want to. However, why? Right? You get to, like, I am sharing what I honestly, I love doing hand analysis. I could have people lined up for days and I would look at their hands, and I've done it. I've done community events where I volunteered to sit there and people would come, show their hands, and I would tell them things about themselves. Again, this is not, I do not tell the future. It's not a predictive tool. It's things about them that they were standing in front of that was there to release so they could move into the next level of their expression. And I was stood there and sat there, and for 3 hours I would have people come. They had 2 to 3 minutes each, do the math, just like that, right? And I was in a full joy, so expanded, so expanded. And it was a complete volunteer experience for me. They paid to get into the event, and the money was being given to a charity, to an organization. And I've done this several different times. I could do it for free, but I will not devalue what I am here to contribute and what people. I'm going to talk more about this on day 4. So I don't want to get too deeply into the conversation about money and why we need to get paid for our spiritual gifts, why it's an absolute must. And I will not allow any of my clients do any spiritual work or bring their gift for free, ever. I will just not stand for it. That's coming on day 4. Can you tell I'm passionate about it? But yes, it brings you joy. It's divine work, and you would do it for free. But you just don't want to do it. You just don't get to do it for free in my world. Okay. You need to receive your word. I already read that. It all makes sense. I think the key to it all is have faith in your instincts and look into your opportunities. Yeah. Be available for the opportunities. But if opportunities show up when you are aligned, with receiving the assignment you are here for, period, right? Got that money piece. Okay, understand. I push and pull in and out of my life just like money. I push and pull people in and out of my life just like money. Interesting, Amy Elizabeth. Fun place to look at. Owning and valuing really resonates. Guys, I'm going to go over a few minutes. I'm already letting you know right now because I want to get through these messages and I want to get to your assignment for today. Appreciate your transparency, this golden wisdom, and sharing generously. Oh, I work with my demons of what I don't want to share with all the time because I know it's my stories about what I want to hide from the world that are stopping me from being a lot bigger than I actually am right now. So thank you for seeing that. Yes, I needed that at a time. I'm an active realtor right now. Beautiful, Carmel. Yeah, I went through all different aspects of real estate for like 15 years. I flipped houses, I was a landlord, I was a realtor, I own a mortgage company, and I worked in title aspect. So that's like, I love real estate still. Still love it. Okay, beautiful. So, whoosh, I love this. Thank you for interacting with me. It feeds me back so I can keep giving to you more. That's just how it works, right? So let's get into the assignment for today. And just so you know, you guys, totally like pulling the curtain. I have a sense of what I want you to do today into the next day, but I do not create my assistant created a framework for me for every single day, and I get to go in after today's live and put in the assignment for you. So it's not pre-planned. And the reason for that is because I want to be in the energy of what you are bringing in, what I am sharing, what's coming through. And right now is what's popping in for you, for me to share with you as the assignment, the aligned action I want you to be in over the next 24 hours. Because without aligned action, meaning you being in the energy of what it is we are processing outside of this transmission, you are just taking information. And I really want you to start taking it in your bones, taking it in your soul, taking it in your spirit, and really starting to experience the pieces that I'm giving to you. So this is your assignment for today. Ready? Wherever you are right now in the situation, whatever it is, whether it is your business, whether it is your job, whether you don't have one, whether you're creating a business, wherever you are, there are people that are in your sphere. And you can tell me, well, it's COVID, there are no people around me. I am challenging that. There are people you are interacting with on some level right now. I want you to be in an inquiry right now with the people that you are surrounded by over the next 24 hours until 12 o'clock when I come back tomorrow for day 3. Be in an inquiry. Those people that are around you right now, right? What is this that what way do you get to be that you got from yesterday, right? So yesterday you worked out a way of being. Whether you got crystal clear or not, it doesn't matter, because if you did the aligned action, if you took the aligned action, you got to some way of being, whether it's the characteristic of the person you admire or some way that wasn't okay to be. What is it that you can take from yesterday, bring into today a way of being in your current environment that you can contribute just by being in a space you are in right now, without any stories or without getting anything out of it, right? Just in a way of being. What is it that you can take from yesterday, bring into your current environment, and be that? And observe and be present to what you see with your eyes, with your ears, with your heart. Heart more than anything. What do you see with your heart when you are being in this very unique way that you have established yesterday, a way of being in your current environment? So now, one, you're going to get an email in 3 hours, so 4 p.m. Mountain Time, just like yesterday, you'll get an email with a replay link to this video. I have a replay link leading to this Facebook, and my assistant puts one on YouTube. For all of you who don't want to come to Facebook and are watching this, we're putting it out on YouTube so you can watch it there. There is also going to be a download of today's assignment. So make sure, like the question that I posed, I'm going to go in, plug it into my frame and to my template and put it in the email. Now I want you to also come back here in this thread sometime before tomorrow, before tomorrow's transmission. Come back here, and at 4 p.m. this afternoon, I'm going to put a picture, just like I did yesterday, day 2 assignment. Share in the comments. Please share your insights in that thread. It makes it so much easier for me to find it and then respond and interact with what you are getting. And then I can bring in what you are getting into tomorrow's conversation. Now, tomorrow, we are getting into the juiciest part, the part that I just love getting into in the work that I do, which is this magical piece that is going to open up your path to your next level of expression of who you are. This magical ingredient. Your purpose already flows through you. It's already who you are, right? You've gotten aware of it, even if tiny bit, on day 1 yesterday. Today, you get to practice being that in the environment that you are in, right? And seeing with your heart more than anything else what feedback you get. What are you seeing? What are you seeing about yourself, about others, about what you have created? And tomorrow, we get to get into this juicy key That is the access to the next level of your expression. It's also a key to what it is that you are here to bring in more of a tangible way. So like if you are in business and questioning what is my niche, I use that piece to help my clients identify what is the key to their niche. Juicy, huh? I cannot wait to share with you. Thank you for sticking around. I honor that we went 5 minutes over, and if you're still here with me, thank you, thank you. Please keep sharing in the comments under this video, insights, feedback, what's coming through, what you're seeing. Thank you so much for being here with me. I honor your time and your contribution, your energetic contribution. And if you are commenting in the comments, I love it when you come back later and share with me about your assignment. I love it too. Even if you're just liking other people's assignments, it lets me know you are here. And I appreciate so very much. Thank you for playing. And I will see you tomorrow on day 3 of our journey of you being prosperous and on purpose. Sending you so much love today. Mwah.